So as you can see, I made a little bit boo-boo when I did the second print. There's a gap here, and that's because I did not account for the space that the backing of the stamp is going to create. So you want your print lined up exactly next to where the last print ended. So even though, the plastic is not going to line up exactly with the print. So you want to just kind of scoot it over so the print is lined up, if you can see through the plastic here. So we're going to try it again. I'm going to put my jig right up on it. If it shifts a little bit, you can always adjust. Push everything back. Oops. So that it's lined up right where you want it. Okay. Once it's lined up exactly as you want it, then you take the template off. And so the narrow, skinny design on the very edge is going to be facing, everything's going to face down. So you want to make sure that everything's lined up as you want it. So you notice that the narrow edge, the narrow design on the edge faces this way. So when you're looking at the stamp, it's going to face the opposite direction. But once you face it down, then it's going to be lined up the way it's supposed to be. So I'm doing this one hand. Hopefully I don't shift anything. But so I've got it lined up as closely as I can with the jig, pressing it down, and voila. For once, everything worked out perfectly. So that's how I registered the print. I could have made this a little bit straighter. In fact, let's try it one more time. Try to make it a little bit straighter, paying attention to where that tape is. So I'm going to, the narrow skinny design goes to the left. So we're going to line it up to the edge. Like so. Now put this camera down for a second. You should still be able to see. Okay, and then you're going to take the jig. I'm going to put my hand here to kind of hold everything in place. If it shifts, you can adjust it. Line up the jig. Okay, and then let me go and get my stamp prepared. Okay, once again, the skinny part of the design, the skinny motif right here, goes to my right when it's facing me, and it goes to the left when it's stamped down. I'm going to hold the jig and paying attention to where the line is. Stamp it down. Okay. Pull it off, and it's lined up perfectly. Well, almost perfectly. It shifted a little bit, but there you have it. That's the general idea. You know, it looks like my template or my jig might have shifted a little bit when I put it down. Let's do one more. So, like I said, I'm not a perfectionist because it takes too much to be patient to have perfection. So I don't tend to use the jig as much because I don't register this tightly when I print. Okay, it's going to be registered against this print right here because, like I said, I messed up on this one, so it's not going to line up perfectly with that one, but you get the idea. So you want to let your paint dry a little bit. It dries pretty quickly, but yeah, we should be good to go. Okay, put the jig where I want it. Okay, and then stamp up my stamp, or ink up my stamp, I should say. The skinny part points left. I put this down against the jig. Okay, and there we have it. It's lined up here and here. And that's how you use the Stamp-A-Jig. I hope this helps. I hope you're a lot more careful than I am. And this should work out just fine. Thanks.